If this message found you right now, you already know. You can feel it. They should have left you alone. Go ahead and drop a comment right now if this resonates. They should have never messed with a chosen one. Let the world know your confirmation has arrived, because here's the truth. You weren't being paranoid. You weren't overreacting. You weren't being too sensitive. You were being tested. And now, they're being judged. Everyone involved. Everyone who laughed when you were low. Everyone who tried to dim your light because it was too bright for their insecurity. Everyone who plotted, lied, betrayed, or manipulated. They're facing the exact thing they tried to bury you with. Because when you're chosen, there's a divine order to everything, and even your silence carries weight. Even your tears are heard in heaven. Even your pain is witnessed by the divine. Let's get into it. They thought you were weak because you didn't fight back. They mistook your grace for naivety. They took your peace as permission. But you weren't soft. You were protected. And God was watching the whole time. You were told to turn the other cheek, not because you had no power, but because karma needed space to work. You see, God doesn't miss, and neither does karma. Right now, those same people are being forced to sit with themselves and what they did to you. That friend who turned on you, they're surrounded by snakes now and can't trust a soul. That ex who ghosted, betrayed, and manipulated you, they're haunted by their own emptiness while watching you glow without them. That boss who overlooked you, humiliated you, stole from you, their position is crumbling, and they can't figure out why nothing works anymore. The rumors they spread, now they're the ones being talked about. You were never the problem. You were the mirror, and that's what scared them, because you reflect truth, and truth makes the fake uncomfortable. That's why they came at you the way they did. That's why they gossiped, excluded, mocked, and pushed you to your edge. They weren't just attacking you. They were reacting to the light inside you. But here's what they never saw coming. You wouldn't break. You wouldn't fold. You wouldn't become what they were. You rose higher. You elevated silently. And now, the karmic tables are turning. Chosen one, you didn't have to wish them harm. You didn't have to seek revenge, because your healing was your revenge. Your peace was your answer. Your glow-up was your judgment. And now, they're losing sleep over your name. They're watching from fake accounts, wondering how you made it. They're shocked that their energy couldn't break you. And now it's boomeranging back. You're not seeing this message because it's hype. You're seeing this because your spirit already knows. The karmic harvest has begun, and what was sent to destroy you is now building your elevation. Everything they tried to take from you, God is restoring with interest. You didn't just survive, you outgrew the storm, and now the storm is hitting them, because justice doesn't always come loud. Sometimes it comes quietly, through dreams, through consequences, through divine timing, and right now everybody involved is getting karmic returns. They're learning what it feels like to be misunderstood, to be left, to be exposed, to be forgotten. Exactly what they wanted for you. But here's the twist. You didn't have to lift a finger, because when you're chosen, vengeance belongs to God. So walk with your head up, not in pride, but in peace, because everything meant to hurt you is now hurting them, and everything you cried over is now being redeemed in front of them. Don't worry about getting even. You've already risen above. Stay in alignment. Stay focused. Because you've got bigger things coming. Let them sit in their guilt. Let them wonder how you're still smiling. Let them watch you win anyway. And if this touched you, if you felt this shift in your soul, drop in the comments, "Karma found them," or "They should have left me alone." Let this message echo in the spiritual realm. If you made it to this point, you're not just watching, you're remembering who you are. Don't keep this to yourself. Share this with someone who needs their confirmation. Subscribe if you're tired of surface messages and ready for real spiritual clarity. And hit that like button if you've already seen karma doing its work lately. This is your time now, and no one can undo what's already been ordained for you. They tried to break you. They only built you. They tried to curse you. They only crowned you. They should have left you alone. Now, let's talk about the hardest truth, the hardest pill for them to swallow. They saw your kindness. They saw your patience. They saw your forgiveness. And for a moment, they thought they had you figured out. They thought your gentleness was weakness. They thought your silence meant submission. But you were always watching, always listening, and always learning. They never expected that your silence was strategy. They never realized that your patience was a weapon of strength. They never understood that your kindness was the armor you wore to protect your peace and your purpose. They thought they could just walk all over you. They thought they could betray you without consequence. But here's the part they missed. The universe is a mirror. What they sent out is coming back to them, and it's not what they thought. What they tried to use against you, it's going to work for you. Remember that time they thought you would fail? When they bet against you? When they laughed at your dreams and tried to make you feel small? Well, now they're watching in disbelief as you defy every expectation they had. You didn't retaliate in the way they thought you would. You didn't lash out. You didn't stoop to their level. Instead, you got stronger. You got wiser. You got more powerful. You may not have seen it coming, but the spiritual realm did. Every tear you shed, every sleepless night, every moment of pain, it was all being stored in your spiritual vault, ready for this moment. And now, the shift is happening. Those people, they're facing their own battles. They're reaping the consequences of their actions, and they can't escape the reality that they were wrong about you. But here's the most important part of all. It was never about them. It was always about you. It was always about your evolution, your growth, your soul's mission. While they were out there trying to break you, the universe was strengthening you. While they were plotting, God was protecting you. While they were hating on your journey, God was perfecting your destiny. So now, when they come running back, apologizing, trying to make amends, don't forget, it's not your job to fix them. It's not your responsibility to help them heal. You have a mission of your own. You have a calling that goes far beyond the hurt they caused. And that's why it's so important for you to keep moving forward. Do not let the distractions from your past pull you backward. Do not let them shake your resolve. They tried to make you their puppet, but now you are free. They tried to label you, but you are unapologetically yourself. And the hardest part for them to accept? You don't need them. Not for validation, not for support, not for approval. You're thriving on your own, and that's the part they can't take. The spiritual power you now carry, the strength, the wisdom, the grace, the peace, it's all in your hands. And soon, you'll be sharing your story. But not out of anger, not out of bitterness, but from a place of power, a place of truth, a place where you have learned to rise above and transcend all the noise. They don't realize that everything they tried to do to you was actually pushing you closer to your true purpose. You were meant to be the warrior. You were meant to carry the wisdom that only comes from surviving the storms. And now, you're more than ready to step into your divine destiny. Call to action. If this is resonating with you, I want you to comment below, "I am rising above," or "The tables have turned." Let the universe hear your declaration. If you're ready to embrace this new power within you, subscribe and share this message. Let the people in your life know that you're walking your path, and they better step aside, because the chosen ones don't have time for distractions. If you felt the energy shift and you feel the power rising in your spirit, hit that like button. And don't forget, karma is real, and when you're aligned with your higher purpose, nothing can stop you. This is your time, your moment of elevation. Your time to shine in ways you never thought possible. Stay strong, stay true. And remember, they should have left you alone. They tried to bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. Every painful moment, every betrayal, every misunderstanding, it all became the soil where your strength took root. And now, look at you, rising, glowing, unshaken. Not because you had it easy, but because you chose to keep going when everything in you was tired. This journey hasn't been fair, but it has been divine. You didn't lose. You were redirected. You weren't rejected. You were protected. Every no was leading you to a far greater yes from heaven. Now, those who doubted you, they're watching. Those who wished for your downfall, they're witnessing your rise. But this moment isn't about them. It's about you. It's about what God saw in you when you couldn't see it in yourself.